Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our sports show here. I'm Kevin Long, the Judge John Payton, and riding shotgun, and we do have a few guests who we'll introduce momentarily here. But before we do that, why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about last week. Now, Plano High ran into a buzzsaw, no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Plano West really putting things together. They've now won 3 games in a row. Plano East in another, I guess you would say, knockdown, drag-out battle, just couldn't get the best of it, but certainly probably gained a little bit of confidence. Let's start out with Plano High, Judge. I don't know any way to put it when, you run into an 18-wheeler, you've run into an 18-wheeler, and Allen isn't ranked number 1 in the country for nothing, and they showed it.
There's no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, the Allen Eagles came in prepared. Plano Senior High, from the very first kickoff, looked like they were ready to go. I mean, they took it back 80 yards or 80 or 78 yards and had great field position, and then the Allen defense took over. And really, it was a battle at the offensive and defensive lines. When Allen had the ball offensively, the offensive line was giving Jonathan Williams 4 yards deep into the defense. And then on the other side of the ball, the defensive line of Plano Senior High just couldn't penetrate to put enough pressure on Alec Morris, who by the end of the third quarter had thrown for over 300 yards.
And another two we might very quickly mention. I talked to some coaches who told me that Allen might have had as many as 10 players that'll be playing on Saturday in Division I uniform. So, they clearly just incredible talent. Now, Plano West, 3 in a row now. They've really put things together after, I guess you would say, that running into a huge, big, strong Arlington Martin team.
Kevin, they've heard us say this before. We said it during the broadcast. We said it last week. We'll say it again. Arlington Martin is a top 10 ranked football team in the state of Texas, and they are well deserved of their ranking. And so Plano West, if nothing else, I'll tell you what, they were able to blow the cobwebs out during that game. And when we look back, during Arlington Martin in the second half, they only allowed 7 points. And so Plano West has come out shooting both pistols out of their hips and being able to put their opponents on their back, on the back of Carlos Wiggins. I mean, that young man has just had an outstanding 3 games at running back for the Plano West Wolves, and these 2 guys on either side of us are going to have their work cut out for them this Friday night when they take on Plano East.
And we very, very quickly might add these guys to our right and our left are not potted plants. We will introduce them very, very quickly. Corey Bassett, who is to my right, runs one of the top hundreds in the state. He is, I think probably one of the best defenders, certainly in the North Dallas area. And Jackson Garrey, who is to your left, is one of the best, I guess you would say, the special teams player. And we'll talk to them just momentarily here. But they've got a real neat inter-city rivalry coming up this week.
They do. I'll tell you what, Kevin, they're going to have a lot to build on film-wise from the game between Flower Mound Marcus. Flower Mound Marcus is just an outstanding football program. Their running back had already ranked up 13 touchdowns. And when we talked last Wednesday, my concern is Plano East defense going to be up to the task? And boy, I'll tell you what, if you didn't know any better, I believe in the third quarter, midway through the third quarter, it was only 13-10, and Plano East had been able to contain that running back. Of course, it came out at the end 20-10. They kept it close. They were in the game the entire time, and so they've got that to build on as they come in and they play Plano West, who is on a hot streak right now, coming into Friday night's game.
All right, I'll tell you what, why don't we talk to the players there. First off, to my right here is Corey Bassett. And Corey, we'll start out with a few things with you, but what about that crowd last week? Pretty nice-looking crowd out there you're playing in front of.
Oh, yes, sir. We got good fans. Marcus has good fans, and we get that together. It just makes good football, good high school football in general.
Well, just how was the atmosphere, playing in that atmosphere? Because that must have been a ton of fun.
Oh, yes, sir. It always is. When you have great fans, it just makes the game of football just more exciting. You hear them in the crowd, you hear them cheering for big plays, and it just makes football a great atmosphere to play in.
What about, I guess you would say, the fact you guys have had 2 games you could have easily won, but you didn't.
Yes,
that's the type of deal where that can be motivating. I think that can also, not be motivating if you let it not be motivating. But how do the guys feel about that? Because you guys could easily be undefeated right now.
Oh, yes. Every time you go on the field, you want to win, of course. And when you lose, it's upsetting. But you can see us getting better as the week goes on, getting a better football team. And when we lose, what you want to do is learn from those mistakes. And once you learn from those mistakes, you get better and better. And that's what we're doing. We make sure we're getting better and not letting those mistakes affect our play next week.
All right, talk a little bit about next week. What does Plano West do that you're concerned with based on what you've seen?
Oh, well, No 12's quick. Carlos Wiggins. He's a quick player, and that's where they go to. And if you stop him, you stop their offense. They have a quarterback that has good legs, he can run. But if you stop number 12, Carlos, then he's quick. If we stop them, then we'll win the game. Mostly.
You all are going to be up against a team that's won 3 in a row now. So they're going to be coming in here with a little bit of confidence that they're believing in themselves finally.
They're obviously playing good football. And when you're winning, you're playing good football and you're feeling good about yourself. And, they're going to be hard to stop. But once we get the offense stopped and number 12 and the quarterback, we should have a good win.
And I think I better clarify the finally there. What I meant more about that, you win 1, that's one thing. But you win 3 in a row when you're believing in themselves, and clearly they've got to be doing that.
Yes, of course. What they got the ball rolling now. They got the ball rolling. They're feeling good about themselves. And they're just trying to get another win against us, and we want to show that Plano East, that we're a powerhouse in Plano, in the city of Plano. We want to show Plano West what we have.
Okay, you guys got an interesting one, and we won't have you on the show, so I'm going to ask you about this right now. But you do get a pop at Allen, and you're not only going to get a pop at him, you're going to get a pop at him on national TV. How's that feel?
It feels good. A national exposure is good, but you can't really worry about the whole national. You just got to worry about playing football, and just doing what you can to get that win for your team.
Okay, I'll tell you what, we'll ask you a little bit more about the defense, but I'm going to turn this over to the judge right now. And, Judge, why don't you quiz some folks here about special teams?
Well, I think that Jackson's the right guy to do so. Jackson, Coach Ringo tells me you're the captain of the special teams. Is that right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Now, how did you evolve into becoming the captain? Because you got to exhibit something to be able to have that title.
Well, every one of the special teams, we go full speed, and that's kind of one of our bases, and I seem to go full speed. I'm on every single special team. So, it's just kind of one of those things where it just kind of fell into place. Tell us,
Jackson, a little bit about the series of games you've played up to this point and how the special teams has been able to be a game changer. I don't know if you play video games or not, but on the video games, without giving them an advertisement boost here, they've got their game changer plays. Tell us about some of the game changers the special teams of Plano East has had as they have gone through their series of games through today.
Oh, well, special teams, it's often overlooked because of offense and defense, but it is just as equally important as both of those sides of the ball. Others' offense got the ball rolling. They could be on a roll, 2 touchdowns. You bring a touchdown back. It completely shuts the momentum down. This is a big part of the game, and we've got a bunch of guys who can make plays. You can't kick away from a certain guy because then you kick right into another guy. So, our special teams, we pride ourselves on making plays. We want to make one play every time we touch the ball. Make a play, bring it back to the house. And so that's what we pride ourselves on doing.
Arlington Martin. Did you guys have that opportunity at Arlington Martin on special teams?
Yeah, we did. We did. We feel like regardless of who we play, it doesn't matter who we're playing. We feel like that we can make a play every time we touch the ball.
I say Arlington Martin, but actually it was Arlington, not Arlington Martin. I keep saying that like it is. How many touchdowns have you guys scored on special teams this year to help contribute to your team's total point value?
I believe it's 3. It could be 2, but I believe we got 3.
Now, take us through the game where we had a 96-yard return. What game was that, first of all? Who did you guys play?
I think that was Naaman. Or Naaman or Keller.
Keller, okay. I think it was Keller. It was at Kimbrough, I think, is where it was. Tell us about that. You're on special teams. The ball gets kicked deep. You turn around. Holy cow, everybody's going 40 miles an hour. Take us through that progression.
Well, every one of our special teams, every player on there is a smart guy. All the guys on our team are smart football players. And none of us really freak out because we all have one job, and we all just focus on that one job. And when everybody does their job, we score. It was as simple as that. We all have that one job, and when we get that done, we take it back to the house.
Did you block any kicks or anything this year?
No, I haven't yet. Actually, number 12 over there has blocked a few kicks this year.
Oh, number 12 has this year.
Yes, sir.
So did any of those result in any kind of points for Plano East?
Yes, sir. We had one against Arlington, I think. Either Arlington or Naaman, where Corey blocked it, and Kai Higgins, our safety, just caught it and ran it back to the house. So, we can make plays on any of the special teams, really, not just kickoff or punt return.
Now, Jackson, are you a senior this year?
I'm a junior this year.
You're a junior this year. So
yes,
you've got a whole other year of football to look forward to.
Yes, sir.
Now, have you started looking at colleges or, looking at the opportunity at the next level?
It really doesn't matter. I would like to play in the next level. Yeah, I haven't really been looking at it, but wherever I can go, I just want to be able to play.
There was a famous Dallas Cowboy, I think, Kevin, wasn't there, that was a special teams expert out of the University of Tennessee?
Bill Bates.
Oh, is that what his name was? Bill Bates? You ever heard of him, Jackson?
No,
Bill
sir,
Bates?
I
Oh, you haven't? Well,
No, sir.
you need to Google Bill Bates from the University of Tennessee. He
Yes,
was
sir.
a special teams champion for the Dallas Cowboys for how long? Oh,
The longest period of time. I had the opportunity to interview Bill several times during my career, and he got a huge kick out of me because the first time I ever visited with him, that was when he was first here from Tennessee, and he got a kick out of, I guess you would say, what he considered a brash and scratchy New York accent, but which was no. But Bill was a nice guy. But Bill pretty much made his living on the special teams for the longest period of time.
I believe it was 13 or more years.
Yeah,
in the NFL
he
as a
hung
special-
out for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
hung out for a
So,
while.
so Jackson, there could be a career in the NFL for you as a special teams expert,
Yes, sir.
especially if you're a junior and you're already a captain. Congratulations
Thank
on
you,
that.
sir.
Talk to me a little bit about Plano West. You've got Plano West coming in. Kevin's already said it. They're on a three-game win streak here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys key up and get ready for on the special teams against Plano West?
I mean, we have different returns and different kind of stuff like that, but it doesn't really matter who we're playing. We're going to do our assignment. I mean, they're a good special teams team. They're a good team overall. And pretty much all the teams we play have been like that. And so our goal is to just do our assignment every play, not worry about too much, just worry about what you're doing, and then everybody does it, and then we're good.
Talk to us about the onside kick real quick, and I'm going to kick it back to Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what happened in the progression. Was this last week? Was it
Yes,
not?
sir.
With because that could have been a game changer with Farmer Marcus. What happened in that play?
They threw a flag. They said we were offsides. I mean, that's one of those things where, I mean, it could have been, it could have not been. I really didn't think we were, but I mean, that's just how the game goes. It was offsides. We just had to go out and keep playing. I thought we got it, but I mean, it's one of those things we got to just keep playing with, let the ball roll.
So if there hadn't been a penalty, you would have recovered it then.
Oh yeah,
Do you feel like that would have been a game changer for Plano East?
of course. I feel like once we got that offense, I trust our offense. We would have gone down and scored, and then defense, we would have came back out there and we would have stopped them.
Kevin, I think that's some confidence there in the special teams. They've done a
sounds
pretty
like
good job contributing this year.
Sounds like. Tell you what, why don't we take this break right now? When we return, we'll have a little bit more with Corey and Jackson. We'll give our predictions for the upcoming week. We'll be right back at you right after these messages.